What up, LS57? Gotta feed these streets. Spit a clip. Okay, we got some new NBA 2K AI improvement blog from Scott O'Gallagher. We're just gonna jump right into it and talk to going back to the fundamentals. Now, the ACE engine, if y'all don't know what the ACE engine is, it's the engine, that's the ACE. It's the Adaptive Coach Engine. That's what ACE stands for. It has changed the game in sports gaming industries. However, we believe that in order for this system to go back to the next level, we really needed to get back to the fundamentals and knock out some deficiencies that have hindered this system. With that said, Sean, the outstanding engineer that he worked with, hand in hand with, gave him a complete control over the defensive AI decision making. This could be anything from the defender's hip and facing angle to what speed and stance the AI is in. From there, like a real film session, we broke down cut or action that has hurt us in previous years and figured out how the best basketball quote-unquote solution on how to solve it. As you will see in this video, Bill has different situational understanding of all the different off-ball cuts Reddick has at his disposal. Let's go to the videotape. Now let's talk about change of positioning. In previous years, an off-ball defensive setting like moderate has always meant the same thing. Meaning if you was one pass away, you're going to be X feet away, right? If you were two passes away, you were going to be X feet away. This is where we needed to inject some more authenticity into the game, because in the NBA, that setting can have multiple distances and responsibilities depending on the situation. In NBA 2K18, your positioning setting is more important than ever. Here is the side pick and roll action by the Lakers. Notice how Harkless is dropping even further than his initial one pass away gap distance because of his understanding of the shooter's abilities and game situation. Let's go to the videotape. So the AI is going to basically recognize who's good shooters and who's not shooters, and they're just going to slack. Like right here, Harkless is slacking because, you know, Lonzo Ball is not a perfect shooter. He's not a good perimeter shooter. Therefore, he gives him room, the natural space. He don't overcrowd him, and he just gives the natural space that he needs because most likely he'll miss the shot. Now let's talk about playset and action recognition. Yes, you heard that correctly. Your CPU teammates now have the ability to recognize and set an action a team is running and adjust on the fly. That's right, adjusting on the fly. This is one of the biggest things you hardcore X and O's players will recognize immediately. This also plays a substantial role in ACE. Every team knows how a hot player is and can adapt according to the set or action the players are in. For example, you will see certain teams change their pick and roll coverage in a 1-4 spread situation with Steph Curry or Kyrie Irving as opposed to Russell Westbrook, right? You will also see defenders play tight up, back up significantly in pinch post or rub actions. Coming from semi-transition, OKC goes straight into 1-4 low situations because Utah recognizes this and adapts accordingly. I'd also like to point out the difference in pressure between Ingles and Rubio. Notice that Rubio is going to stay closer to George due to his shooting ability. Let's go to the videotape. So in the first part is recognizing. This is the AI recognition. So example of what I just read to you guys is this. Right here, they don't want to leave Russell Westbrook with that much space because you know he's going to drop to the hole and throw down the hammer. You know how Russell is. He's relentless. That's the relentless finisher badge. You know what I'm saying? He's Mr. Relentless Finisher. That badge is for this guy right here. Just saying. I don't know if, you know, I'm just saying. That's for him. You cannot let him get in the paint like that because it's going to be ugly. He's going to score. He's going to put the hammer on you, all right? Now, the second part is saying that Rubio is respecting Paul George. So as I just read to you, you're seeing it right here. It's going to unfold in front of your eyes of how the artificial intelligence has been improved in NBA 2K18. You're going to see Ricky Rubio stay on Paul George because he knows that and recognizes that. That's why it's called recognition. That Paul George is a deadly shooter, so he has to play him tight. He can't give him no breathing room. And on top of that, he's taller than Ricky Rubio. But Ricky Rubio is going to play his position and do exactly what he's supposed to do. Now, they also said that when you put it on Superstar or Hall of Fame, you will see this more. So the game will be harder on that, and it will shine more on those two levels right there, okay? So you won't get that arcade feel where you could just shoot and everything's going to be golden. No. When you turn up the levels, you're going to get the full experience. Now right here what we have is a high pick and roll look that Realest has been successful with early in this game. Notice how Porter adapts his gap coverage in this situation by leaving Simmons open and daring him to knock it down from deep. Let's go to the videotape. The disrespect right here is crazy. Porter just said, like, you're just going to have to prove me wrong, buddy. Let's go to the videotape. This is real noise. It's our voice. So this defense, man, Scott O'Gallagher has going on is nice. All right, settling into the half court. In this clip right here, Portland goes right into their horn set. Now, what I want you to watch for is both of the Lakers' big drop on the set recognition. Dang, he's tightened up on the wing to limit the success of the down screens. And Larry Nance Jr. knows the down screen is coming, so he gives space and is in the correct position to play the curl or slip. Let's go to the videotape. And action. Let's go. Let's get into this right here. Watch Dang and watch Larry Nance. Look at Larry Nance. Plays the back because he knows what's going on. That's some good AI, man. That's just some good AI. All right, so many teams will have individual position and adjustments in isolation situations. This could change depending on where the player catches the ball and who is the on-ball defender. I want you to notice the difference between how Boston plays a Carmelo Anthony wing isolation compared to Golden State versus LeBron. Let's go to the videotape. Melo's getting that treatment because he could pull anywhere on the court. So you see the difference in the gameplay right here? The computer's playing him totally different. Again, take a look how they're playing Carmelo versus LeBron. Now, you could play a heavy role as well. Do you see a set or action play that's working way too often? Let's talk about this. No different than a roster update, these can be updated on the fly. Let's talk about these defense perceptions. Or should I say defensive perceptions. This was something that we had to overhaul this year and something that you're going to love. Finally, the defense is popping to the next location like if you was in a shell drill. Something you're going to notice immediately is the impact of elite players and defenders off ball. When he can read the passes animations, it depends on the defender's IQ. Now, a player such as Kawhi Leonard can sense the pass is going to be thrown while the animation is in motion, while others may be much later to do so. Now, this equates to more off-ball deflections and steals in the passing lane. The motto this year, or should I say motto this year, on the AI side was, you can't help what you can't see. Here's an example where Towns is late to recognize his responsibilities because his back was turned to the ball. As soon as he recognizes man and ball, he's back on his 2-9 responsibility. Let's go to the videotape. He's out there, then he's like, oh, let me get back. See that? This is very nice for the AI, man. This is very nice. Hopefully we won't be yelling at the TV screen this year, man. All right, when we're talking about the double teams have been refactored with new animation coverage for pick and roll and post-ups. They also added double team packages for the AI, so they can change their double team coverage in 4 outsets compared to 3 outsets. All right, let's talk about the zone defense in the pro-am. You and your teammates can call zone defense this year and not have to worry about your grades taking a hit. Adding to the authenticity. In 2K17, we added more team-specific schemes like Weak and Brad Stevens Trap the Box. We have added a bunch more this year and plan to update these throughout the year. Along with that, all historical teams in the Jordan rules have been updated. Let's talk about the Malone lane line. John Stockton and Karl Malone made their living off the pick and roll below the foul line. Since NBA teams do it, we have to do it as well. Look to see teams adjust their pick and roll coverage in this area. Now let's move on to mismatch adjustments. There's a lot of switching on the perimeter in the NBA. The same goes for 2K18. So with that, if you get a big match with a guard on the perimeter, look to see the defense adjust and the on-ball defender changes defensive pressure on the fly. Let's talk about the cutter and slip help. In all basketball games prior to NBA 2K18, an off-ball cutter or screener slipping to the pick early caused the defense all types of problems. Well, this year, you can deny on the perimeter and hard edge effectively knowing your defense on the back end is there. Here's an example of great defensive IQ and situational recognition from elite rim protector. Jackson beats Dragic the user defender, and Whiteside is there to prevent the easy score. Immediately following the cut, the Pistons' Anthony Tolliver slips the screen, and Whiteside is there to save the day again. Let's go to the videotape. See, Jackson had beat Dragic. Dragic is all the way at the top of the key. Lost. Here goes Whiteside. He's going to step up and prevent the easy basket immediately after that cut. See how fast Whiteside gets there? Then Jackson goes to the three. Some good stuff. All right, now before I wrap this thing up, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to leave you out a link right after I say this. Now, another thing to note when it comes to system proficiency is the importance of position. Yes, we are in an era of positionless basketball, but that doesn't mean you should be rewarded for putting Paul George at center. This plays a crucial role because, like I mentioned above, some coaches are looking for a particular need and skill at that position. Therefore, I suggest not playing a player outside of his primary or secondary position. You know how you be online and someone really puts LeBron James at the center position and all of that? Like playing him at a position he has no business, because usually he's like the point or the point forward. But somebody online, they'll play like put him at the center or something like that. Or is LeBron, they play small ball, so I wouldn't say like that's a perfect example, you know, but you know what I mean. How people be online with the play now cheesing, you're going to get penalized for that. You're going to get a wake-up call for that. So, you know what I'm saying? Keep your head up when you're doing that this year. LS57 gotta feed these streets. Spit a clip. For the full vlog, I'll leave a link in the description. And I'll see y'all next video. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe if you like the content. And chop it up in the comment section if you have any questions, man. Because this is as sim as it gets right now. Spit a clip. See you next video, man. Peace.